calf cramps. All right, I gotta get home in one piece and I'm falling apart.
Thanks for tuning in. This is Thomper B. Thompin, and here we are. It's 2023, beginning of the season. This is round 4 of the Virginia Championship Hare Scramble Series. This one's called Knockdown, and it's actually at the same place as the old CBTR. I think it was round 2 it was held. So here we are, 30 plus C. I'm on a 2023. There's my brother bringing the energy. I'm on a 2023 KTM 350 XCF.
Oh, John, I'm gonna smoke you on the start, man.
Bring it, Cody.
I'm just talking some smack to my buddy John, who's way faster than me. Yeah, great course, really tight, lots of hero dirt in the woods, plenty of like fast little transition sections where you could pass people, because it was a little bit tough to pass in the woods. And I get a decent start here. We had great weather. I think it was in the 60s, sunny. It rained a little bit the day before. Kept all the dust down. Truly could not ask for better conditions than this right here. Joe Overstreet ahead of me. Normally he and I are pretty close, but this race he just kept pulling away and I never saw him again. It's a great race, Joe. But yeah, I only ended up doing 2 laps. I easily could have done a third because I quit after I saw the white flag, but a lot more on that in a little bit here. As you saw from my little intro reel, whew, I had some silly, stupid wrecks. I was also stalling the bike a lot. So bottom line, at this point of at the point of recording this, I have a 2-week-old at home. My mom was able to come down and watch him with my wife, so I got some free time to go catch one of these races real quick. So I was back to racing sooner than I thought I'd be. Now it will be a nice break before I get to race again, but I think the fact that our little boy is 2 weeks old and I'm missing him like crazy and I'm just nervous, hoping that my wife's doing okay watching him, I think that really started messing with my head. Because I was riding, I want to say timid. I was so focused on not wrecking, not crashing hard and injuring myself that I started to ride really sloppy. I'm stalling the bike, I'm whiskey throttling, at least tiny little blips of it here and there. Lap 1 was okay, just a couple silly tip overs. But lap 2, I started to get really sloppy, and I could tell it just wasn't my day. Yeah, tight section through there. I remembered to avoid that line on the second lap. It was a great course though, plenty of tight, twisty sections. You had these uphills that are just real choppy, lots of roots, and just braking bumps, acceleration bumps. Proper tight East Coast hare scramble course through the woods. Now, oddly enough, I am not a huge fan of the tight stuff. I much prefer the faster courses where you can carry a quicker pace, but these courses are absolutely fun as well. Yeah, started the day off really well. I mean, obviously a little sleep deprived, a little maybe too excited to get back to racing here, and my mind was just elsewhere. So that, being out of shape, kind of all those things put together, I had a sloppy race. Still had fun though. Still had a blast. And riding courses like that, that's my brother screaming behind me. I think I crashed here right in front of him. One of these sections. Yeah, lots of this choppy stuff. You really had to focus, and this course has been beat down quite a bit. This is essentially the exact same course, or very similar to last year's CVTR course. So you're reusing a lot of the same lanes and things. So the ruts are pretty chewed out in spots. Yeah, these log jams. Oh, there's Floyd, my buddy. He was on my butt this whole first lap. I tip over somewhere up here and he goes zooming by. A lot of these wide open fast sections here, you can make passes on people or let people by. And in the woods, there were sections to pass, but a lot of it was pretty tight. Oh yeah, here we go. Not sure what happened there. And my leg was pinned underneath it for a second. Here comes my brother. So I hang with him for a little while, but he eventually kind of pulls away on me. I just had a lot of stalls. Again, my mind was not with it. I remember my first race on my Honda CRF 250F, and I felt like I had a better performance that day than I did today. Again, not complaining, just making an observation. It was weird. I was so hyper focused on getting home in one piece because I'm on baby duty here. Almost like having the yips like a baseball player or something. You make mistakes that you normally never would. This is a nice little fast section right into a small creek crossing and an uphill. There were not many lines through here. And the danger of following someone that closely is, they could stall out right in front of you, and all of a sudden you got a log jam on an uphill with a single rut. I know that because I did that to other people. I think either on this first or second lap, I was the one creating the log jam. So, stuff happens. So yeah, I forgot that I did pass by my bro again in that one section. But then it's not very long until he gets by me again. Really great conditions though. It was mostly hero dirt the whole way through. See, like right there. Giving yourself one extra bike length of distance between the person you're following, the person you're hoping to pass, can keep you from getting jammed up behind them if they do what I just did right there. Good stuff through here. Pretty fast and wide open. Yeah, if you've never raced this specific area, this wide angle fisheye lens kind of doesn't really do it justice. It's pretty choppy and tight, but also deceivingly wide open in spots. It's just kind of odd. So this hill got chewed out quite a bit. People getting a little stuck on this uphill, but I didn't see it at the time. I should have taken that path because man, I just get myself into a lot of trouble here. I'm stalling the bike. I got people up here blocking the main rut. So you're trying to sneak past these people. Like, I do a terrible job of it right here. You got people launching bikes. I should have just taken that extra second at the bottom of the hill and saw that path off to the right. Could have avoided this.
Oh no!
Holding other people up. Always scan the hill for multiple lines up it. Like this right here. It may look a little tight, but it's actually pretty wide open and fast through here. And the course was marked pretty good. There were a couple of spots that maybe could have been marked a little bit better, but overall it was alright. I took 2 wrong turns, but I corrected them really quickly, although I did see on at least 2 other occasions people took a wrong turn on accident and kept going for like probably 5, 6, 7 seconds. That's a lot of ground you're covering and having to reverse out of. Yeah, so this person in the 7 gear up ahead, the white and blue 7 gear, we had a lot of back and forth. They'd pass me and I'd catch them, pass them, and then I'd stall or tip over right in front of them a couple times. Yeah, that was funny. Good little back and forth. Like right there, I kind of sneak in a couple passes, but I'm pretty sure I have another tip over right up here anyways. Oh yeah, almost went the wrong way there. What made it tough is that there's a lot of sections where there's a very obviously worn-in trail, but they chose to deviate away from it because there are multiple paths through the woods. So you just had to be a little bit more cognizant of the arrows this race. Finishing lap 1, I'm feeling okay here. Woo! I mean, tight courses like this, not my favorite, but still having fun, and it's just forcing me to become a better tight woods rider, which is always good. I need to practice. Yeah, no arm pump. Energy levels are decent. Really focusing on breathing and trying to not blow through too many corners out there. And look, the first half of lap 2 actually goes really well. Not too many mistakes, maybe a stall here or there, just because not really anticipating some of these gnarly sections too well. But it went pretty well. It was the second half of lap 2 that it all just came falling apart on me. Oh yeah, one other thing too. I noticed it in the first 2 turns of the race is that, so I dropped my tire pressure. I kind of hastily went through that process before heading over to the start line, and I thought I had about maybe 7 PSI in there because I was trying a lower pressure than what I normally run. Normally I run about 10 in the front. I've got tubeless front and rear. And yeah, I think I had maybe less than 7 because it felt like I had a flat front tire, even though I did not.
Go, 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 go!
So I know a lot of people like to run those pressures, the ultra low pressures, especially with tubeless. But I was not used to it, and it felt like I had a flat front tire the whole race. That got me into some trouble. Took me a second to get used to that. I think I'll be going back to 10. That's just where I feel comfortable. And this is kind of where I could feel myself starting to get sloppy. This uphill, rutted out, rooted up, hill climb, tight trees. Yeah, you're just kind of clutching up it in second gear here. I do not have a Recluse. I wish I would have had one this race maybe. Or being back on my old 300 two-stroke. But this is where I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, clutch is getting a little stiff, oil's heating up, the hands getting a little tired there, even with this hydraulic clutch. The mental fatigue starting to set in a little bit. But I'm still doing okay out there. A few close calls, but nothing too crazy. Oh yeah, here I take the wrong turn, but I didn't get off the path too far. Just making sure these folks didn't do the same thing I did. And back on track. See, fast and flowy. I think according to the unofficial results, I finished my second lap in about 8th place in my class. I forget how many riders we had overall in the 30 plus C today. J line, maybe, I don't know, maybe 14, 15. So I was doing okay, or maybe like 12, I don't know. But I quit the race early. Had to call it. I just knew I was gonna wrap me and or my bike around a tree. I've never done that before, not even close. Quitting a race early. I've done that snowboarding where you've been snowboarding all day and then you're hitting the terrain park at nighttime and you can feel yourself really starting to get sloppy out there. Just gotta call it. Oh yeah, there's a little protruding branch there that was definitely aimed the wrong direction. Yeah, that one hurt more than it looked. Silly mistake. And I'm trying to get out from underneath my bike and my leg is cramping up. That was Brandon Mills rolling by asking if I was alright. Oh, takes a second to get out from underneath there. Yeah. That calf just locked up on me.
Smokes, that one sucked. Oh.
Got a little banged up. But my bike was alright. I was alright, so just fire it up and keep going.
Holy crap. That's what I can't do.
Yeah, I'm just saying right there, that's what I cannot do this race. I cannot be making silly mistakes and that end in a pine tree. So this is that same hill where I had trouble with it the first lap. And here's a much better line off to the right. Taking that extra 1 to 2 seconds there. Well, stalling doesn't help much, but you can see there were a couple of lines built in real nice. Much easier. Ooh yeah. This is where I'm starting to realize I'm falling apart. I'm not excessively physically tired or mentally tired, just my mind just wasn't in the right spot. So silly tip over there, and then get moving, and less than 60 seconds of riding later I do this. And that one I felt really out of control.
All right. I got to get home in one piece, and I'm falling apart.
And I just kind of realized, yep, I should probably call it. I can't do that for another lap, because it's just going to keep getting worse and worse.
Oh.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm sitting there thinking, like, what if my son grows up, watches these videos? Is he going to be like, dude, why'd you quit? Or is he going to say, hey, good call? I don't know. At least I got home to continue changing his poopy diapers and stuff, so you're welcome. So I just finish up lap 2, taking it easy for the most part, letting people pass quite a bit, just so I'm not holding folks up. And yeah, got 2 laps in. A lot of fun. Good course. Good course. Very challenging. Makes you a better rider. And I just call it. So that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody.